Hello, I'm Kevin. In this video, we're going to have a look at downloading data from the PEL 104 using the PEL transfer software. So to download data from the PEL 104, there's loads of different options, and we can even do this remotely over the internet using the IRD server. But in my case, I've gone nice and easy with the USB cable because it's just straightforward for me having it set up here. So let's have a look at the software. So we're on PEL transfer, the PEL transfer software. And if we actually have a look, we've got the PEL 104 connected, we've got the green tick, and underneath the PEL's name, we've actually got recorded sessions. So if I click on recorded sessions, it'll show me what sessions are actually recorded within the memory of the PEL 104. Now, we can even do this directly from the SD card. So I can pop the SD card out, put that into the laptop and download direct from that if I wanted to. And sometimes if you've got very big files, that might be a little bit quicker. But in this case, we're going to do the download via the USB cable. So if I look at the recorded sessions, we've actually got 2 sessions on here. And if I click on the sessions, we'll open those and it's actually downloading those sessions now. So we can see that file is downloaded now from the PEL. So if I just click on that and then click open, and that's now opened it, and we can see we've got the session listed there and the details are laid out in front of us. So we can see the session name, we can see when it started, when it stopped. We can see that we actually got 1 second trend data, 200 millisecond trend data. We actually got aggregated harmonics and various other things there. So we can see the details of the logging session. So we've got 5-minute summary. So if we click on the 5-minute summary, we can see that we've actually got the data, the summarized data listed there. 5-minute harmonics, so we've actually got the details of the harmonics. The 1 second measurement data, so again we can see that. 200 millisecond measurements, so it's just finer detail. And then we get some session totals, so it gives us the total values during the login session, any alarms that were triggered or met during that session, and then the event log, just telling us when we started and stopped the logging session. So if we just look briefly at, say, the 1 second data, all of these menus pretty much work the same. So if we look at the top, we've actually got RMS values. So in this case, being a single phase log, we've got RMS data and we've got our voltage and our current. If we go to frequency, we can see a log of the frequency during the logging period. THD is the total harmonic distortion, and that can either be the voltage, total harmonic distortion, or the current distortion. We have the crest factor. We have cos phi, the power factor. We have the tan values. So PQS is your power, and energy actually gives you your energy figures, which is your kilowatt hours like you would get for your energy meter. We've also got a money setting on there, a little money bag. So if you actually set a price per unit in the software, you can actually see how much the logging session has cost or how much the money has been consumed during the logging session. So all really useful. So if we just go back to the RMS on there, we can see the data that we've got, and we've got a trend log here. As we said, this is the 1 second data. So this is looking every second at the voltage and the current. So if we just click on V for volts, we can monitor the voltage over the logging period, and we can see that during the logging period, we've actually got values on here. So the window minimum, so during the logging period, it went down to 238.6 volts. So that's the lowest that it went down to based on the 1 second data during that period. And the highest value was 241.9. So not a lot of variation there either side of sort of the average, which was 240.4 volts. And we can actually use the cursor to click on various points, and that will tell us when that happened and actually what the cursor value was during that period in time. So we can use the cursor to go forwards and backwards during that. Now we can also zoom in if we want to. So if we use the zoom in tool, we can actually zoom in to get right down to 1 second value. So you can see at the bottom, this is 10 seconds per division now. So you can actually see in greater detail what actually happened and when these various voltage fluctuations occurred. So you can see the voltage levels in there. The data on here is actually auto scaling. So as you zoom in, it will actually adjust the vertical scale to make those readings as clear as possible on the screen. So when we've got this data on here, we can actually scroll forwards and backwards. So we can actually move through time to actually see when these events occurred. So if we're looking for specific events, we can then zoom in and look at those. Now there is extra tools down the side here. So if we click on the menu, you can actually see extra tools available down the side. And all of these tools actually help you to do various things. So if we actually wanted to, say, paste this graph into a Word document or an email, you can click copy and that will actually take a screenshot effectively of that graph, and you can use that and take that into reports. So the data, we can go backwards, forwards, we can look at the data and really get into the analysis and really look into the detail of what's going on across that logging period. So that's how we actually download the data from the PEL into the PEL transfer software. And that's a little introduction of how we actually navigate and work our way around the PEL transfer software to analyze that data. So you can see from the data how useful actually having a PEL 104 is and the level of detail that it gives you. So you can see why the PEL 104 is proving really popular with electricians. If you'd like more information or you'd like a product demonstration, please get in touch and we can arrange that for you. If you've liked this content, please pop down and give us a like below, and also subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you again next time.